Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm Eryn. You know, there's a lot going on these days, and so sometimes you just need an extra little word. And so I'm sharing a little something out of my devotional. It's a 30-day. You'll see information below, but God and all the different things He does to let you know He's still about that life-saving grace, regardless of what it is you see going on around you. So today's motivational minute is going to be based on number 17. Again, I'm not going in any particular order. This is just where the Spirit hit today. So I'm going to share with you guys. I hope you guys are blessed by it. And it's called Temporary Inconvenience for a Permanent Improvement. Right? I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but I'll give you a little spill about it. You'll have to read the book for the rest of it now, but I don't know how you guys, translate when it comes to dealing with different issues and, all the different struggles that come in life, and what you find, some people call it self-care, some people call it ways to regulate, and other people just kind of wait for another time to be able to go on vacation or this, that, and the other, but that's not always available. So it's good to have a go-to. And I don't know about you, but I've always been a person who just have loved music. Now, some people are into art and paintings and maybe going outside catching some fresh air like I'm doing right now. But music has always been something that's been around my family and I, friends. Sometimes you hear a good song and it takes you from one mood to another. And so you got to find ways to be able to allow it to hit your spirit a certain kind of way. And I recall listening to music while I was doing some work, and a song came on. Not sure if you guys have ever heard of Daryl Coley. In the middle of the song, he said, it's a temporary, God is saying that it's a temporary inconvenience for a permanent improvement. Ooh, ain't that a word? Now, when I heard it, I almost had a little church service right there in the middle of my room, because sometimes, isn't it such that you get into life and some things tend to start to affect you, and it takes you off guard, and if you let it, it'll continue to take you down a path where you find yourself in a space that you never intended to be. And so what he was saying out of that is that what God is trying to say is if you can take a moment, take a step back, whether it's through prayer, through the renewing of your mind, you breathe and you actually get into His Word and you don't respond right away, you'll find that the thing that can be so easily to throw you off guard and can take your mind, your attitude, and your perspective to a different place and have you act out of character is temporary. It's something that is not even worthwhile. So let's not let those things that are temporary set us up in a space to where it's going to impact permanency and permanent things that won't lead to your improvement. And so as the story goes, I'm not going to tell you a situation that happened to me that I go into details about, but I had a pretty horrible thing happen. And if you check out the book, Day 17, I guess is the best way to put it, you'll see what that is. But what I will give you is the anchor text. And the anchor text is, and this is something that we can always be reminded of, is that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that's from Philippians 4:13. Now, that all things can mean I can have the power to put down that thing that can turn to another situation, or I can have the power to walk away when I want to fire off, even if it's warranted, because people can't push your buttons, but I can have the power to do what God would rather me do instead of react to a situation that can cause me to have permanent impact, and that can maybe even jeopardize the lives of myself or my family. And so I'll read the last part to you, and it is that you may find that His ways may not be ours. He can and will ultimately work things out for the good, not our good. Like He promises, seek Him and His way. As I understand, He has thousands of options that we have not yet considered to bring out His will, which may lead you into a better place than where you started. So I just want to send that out send that reminder out. I don't know who that was for. If that was for you, go ahead and comment down in the chat. As you go, I always end the chapter with a little as you go, because, being able to share, you may not have thought of before, keep it interactive. And the question is, when the bottom seems to fall completely out, do you leave enough room to search for options that he might have waiting in the wings? And so think about that. And as you think about that, when we're in situations or the next situation that will occur, because unfortunately these things tend to happen often, being on this side of the ground, you're into a space that you don't want to go into. I've had a few of them this week, but by the grace of God, I still have a smile on my face for some reason. And I think he is the one that gives it to us. But to be able to keep ourselves focused on him, and to keep looking out in the midst of those circumstances for what it is that he's trying to teach us. And I believe then and only then we'll be able to get to a place where in our trying times we can continue to thrive and not only get through the situation, but also be a light for the path of someone else to get out of their situation. That's it for now. Leave a comment below if you have any more questions or any more things that come to mind to you, or what this brought to your mind. Go ahead and leave that and I'll respond. And also, one of the things that I like to try to share with the book is an opportunity for people to share their stories. Everybody has different situations in life, and unless we're able to talk to each other about it, sometimes we never present an opportunity for God to work through our situation. So I have several different sections in the book, and so in addition to your comment, let me know what you would like to hear next. I'm going to tell you the name of the section. You just respond with the one you want to hear next. One is Spirituality Without God Has Way Too Many Eyes. There's several stories in that section. Another section is focused on others, on purpose, and on Christian life and consequences. So let me know which one you want to hear a story from, and I'll bring it to you live and direct. Until then, have a blessed day and find a way to light a path for someone else. And you never know who the next special delivery will come from. Onward and upwards.